Hello everyone and welcome to a new video in English Unlocked. Are you an English teacher who wants to create a more English speaking classroom? In this video, I'll give you 20 essential English phrases you can start using today for starting your lesson, giving instructions, checking understanding, encouraging your students, and wrapping things up. So let's get into it. First up, the phrases that are used for starting the lesson. Please set the tone the moment your students walk in. The first phrase we have here is "Good morning, everyone," and it is a simple greeting to open every classroom. Now, the second phrase we have is "How are you today?" And we use this one to connect with our students and get them speaking right away. The third phrase is "Let's get started." And this phrase signals the time that we should begin to focus and we should begin the lesson. Now, phrase number 4 is a polite way to invite the students to settle and take their seats in the classroom. So you can tell them, please take your seats. Now, moving on into phrase number 5, in starting the lesson, which of course change the number to fit your lesson. Open your books to page, and then you mention the number. Open your books to page 25. Giving instructions. Clear instructions keep your classroom organized and your activities running smoothly. So the first phrase that we have here in giving instructions is listen carefully. Use this before any speaking task or important explanation. Phrase number 2 in giving instructions is perfect for quick speaking practice or any activity that would require two students working together. So we can tell them, please work in pairs, or we can say, work in pairs. If we are inviting them to work in groups, we just swap the number for the group size you need by saying, work in groups of 4, work in groups of 4. Inviting the student to read. And here it's great for reading comprehension activities. You can ask them to read the text silently, to read the text silently. Or, of course, if you don't want them to read silently, you can change it into read the text out loud. Read the text out loud. The phrase number 10 here is encouraging students to speak and compare ideas. And this is done by saying, discuss your answers with your partner. Discuss your answers with your partner. These phrases help you to make sure no one gets left behind. So the first phrase that you can use in checking understanding is, do you understand? This is a quick way to check in with the class if they got the concept or not. Now, another expression that is used, and it always gives the students a chance to ask, is any questions? You can say also, do you have any questions that you can use when you would like a student to say something again is, can you repeat that? So if you want the student to repeat or to say something one more time because you couldn't hear it, or you want to double check if what you heard is correct, you can use this question, which is perfect for inviting participation in the classroom, is by saying this question. Who can answer this question? Who can answer this question? The last phrase in checking understanding section is, can anyone give me an example? Can anyone give me an example? This pushes students to think and apply what they have learned. Section number 4 has to do with encouraging students. Here is my favorite part. Encouraging the students. A little encouragement goes a long way in building confidence. So the first expression that we can use to encourage our students is excellent work. Excellent work. And of course, it celebrates effort and success. Short, positive, and powerful. You can simply say, well done, well done. Another expression also to acknowledge the good responses and to keep the students motivated is by saying, that's a great answer. That's a great answer. Another phrase here is keep trying, keep trying. And this one is used to encourage students who are struggling not to give up by telling them to keep trying. The last phrase in encouraging our students is by saying, you are improving every day. You're improving every day. Remind your students that progress matters more than perfection. So keep motivating your students by always saying these phrases. And finally, ending the lesson. Wrap up clearly so students leave knowing exactly what comes next. So we can close or wrap or end our lesson by saying, let's review what we have learned today. So this is a great way to reinforce the lesson. Again, by saying, let's review what we learned today. And phrase number 2 is, any final questions? Any final questions? This is one last chance for students to clear up their doubts about anything in the lesson. Now, phrase number 3 in ending our lesson would be, don't forget your homework. Don't forget your homework. So it's a friendly reminder before they leave. This can be an don't forget that your test is tomorrow. Don't forget that you will have a quiz next week. So it's a friendly reminder whenever you want the student to remember something. So always start with don't forget. One phrase is see you next class. See you next class. Your class with a warm and positive note. And there you have it. Phrases to help you run your whole lesson in English from start to finish. And if this video helped you, please don't forget to subscribe to English Unlocked for more teaching and learning tips. See you in the next one.